Hello. We are on the big SEC preview show. I am Luke Taylor. Welcome to the Full Court Network / College Basketball Weekly. I knew I was going to have too much fun, so I didn't invite Sam. So I got two fine gentlemen, but just don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Follow the Full Court Network, and Full Court Press will be on next Thursday. So for the big SEC show, why not invite two people from some of my favorite programs? We've got return guests to my left, Carlin Hartman, Florida Gators, national champions, and award-winning speaker at halftime.
Yeah, okay, at halftime. Yeah.
To my right, 3 weeks ago, we had Coach Mark Byington, the gentleman right beside him or beside me that is just as important as Coach Byington. We got Xavier Joyner from the Vanderbilt Commodores. Welcome, gentlemen, to the big SEC show. So, obviously, you like each other. I will stay in the middle just in case there's any fireworks or gunshots flaring over and stuff like that. So, to my left, we have a Bills fan. To my right, we have a Commodores fan. Or actually, Commanders fan. Commanders. Yeah, how about them Redskins? Yep. So, what would you guys say? Okay, SEC basketball was a gauntlet last year. If I ask each of you, what was the biggest surprise? What would you say it would be from last year's college basketball season for your team and your conference?
I guess I'll start. I'm a little bit older than X, so
you've been in it longer.
I would say the biggest surprise, but I guess not really as much as a surprise after playing all those teams, is that 14 teams made it to the tournament, and 14 teams had success in the NCAA tournament for the most part.
Isn't it crazy? 7 out of the 14 made it to the Sweet 16. You had 5 in the Elite 8 and 2 in the Final 4. I mean, shoot, you had Tennessee and Kentucky playing each other.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah. Well, also like Coach Byington and X and their staff and their crew, they came in last year guns blazing, organized, brought a good group, and you could tell like how collectively in sync that they were, especially as the year went on. So they've made the league even better and stronger, and they're going to be even better this year.
Yeah.
I'll say for me, the biggest surprise, really, I think 16 teams could have made the tournament. It's like there's not one night you felt like you could take a breath.
Yeah.
And obviously, coming from, we had done extremely well at JMU.
Yep.
And then, they were, not that the Sun Belt wasn't good, but this was just on another level. And I'd heard, about it, but man, coming in the first year, like every night was.
Yeah.
X makes a good point because even LSU and South Carolina, they were good too, weren't they?
Really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I watched them play and I'm like, yeah, this isn't 15 and 16.
Yeah.
This is not 15 and 16. And I think Vanderbilt's
got a lottery pick.
Well, I mean, it's crazy, but I told Coach Byington, I'm like, you were dumb for having such a good first year because now the expectation is even higher, right? I mean, same as you guys, you won the Natty.
Yeah. I know, people are going to expect us to only lose 2 games instead of 4.
Well, if you need some advice, talk to Coach Hurley.
Yeah.
I mean, you win 2 in a row, and then everybody thinks he's failing because he didn't win the national championship.
I think you make a good point just because, I won't speak for X, but I'm sure they're probably feeling, what we're feeling as well, like the expectations and the stakes have been raised higher for them in year 2 and for us in year 4. Just to, try to repeat and do what we did. That's easier said than done. And I like our group. I love our team. I think we're going to be really good, but, a lot of things have to happen, good health, good luck, matchups in a tournament, all those things have to come into play. So, we'll see.
Yeah. I agree with Colin on that. Like a lot of people say, based on what we've recruited and the guys we got it, you're a better team. And I'm like, hey, that's got to be proven on the floor.
But how can you guys? I mean, how can the SEC sustain kind of domination? That's a word I used a lot last year. I mean, to have 14 out of 16 teams, and it's kind of funny because when they talk NCAA tournament expansion, I mean, The SEC is already in the field pretty much. It doesn't really affect you guys. It affects a lot of other conferences, maybe like a Big 12 and ACC. But like, how can you keep it going? I mean, it's a bloodbath every night in the SEC. How can you guys sustain it as a staff?
I just think that, again, like with Vanderbilt doing what they're doing, like that helps the league. Like they're good and they're going to be good for a long time. Texas made a huge hire, with a very proven coach. Missouri, they're going to be really good. So your traditionally, strong, powerful teams in the SEC, now the middle, what some people would say, the middle tier teams and so forth that, hadn't been as good. Well, now you got Mark Byington doing what they're doing at Vanderbilt. And like I mentioned, Coach Gates, and Arkansas's got John Calipari, so you got all these teams that, maybe we're not traditionally, the quote unquote, the best of the best, but now like they're going to be really good. So that's why the league is great. If the top is good, the middle is good, and even, like the bottom tier teams are really good.
Yeah, and I think it obviously helped with 14 out of 16 going to the tournament. It helped in recruiting. So every kid you speak to, they talk about they wanting to play in the SEC. And so we obviously use it as recruiting tools, and and I'm sure everyone in our league uses it as a tool because you recruiting kids who want to play against the best and can't find that anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because essentially I think between the teams in our league and the talent in our league and the Big Ten, I would say like those two leagues are kind of like as close to what you were going to get in terms of an NBA farm system. In terms of like the talent as you'll find in the country. Yeah.
I mean, you could pretty much say the SEC equals the NBA. I mean, look how many picks, how many players in the last couple of years are doing well in the NBA too. I mean, you turn on the TV and it's like Shea Gillis, Kentucky, Anthony Edwards, Georgia. You go down the list, Dalton Connect. I mean, I know he went to Northern Colorado, but Tennessee. I just don't know how you guys sustain it, because like earlier this week, Brian Kelly at LSU got fired. A couple weeks before, Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman got fired. I mean, do you see that kind of spilling over into basketball where, and I'm not naming names or anything like that because I don't know. And, Carlin, you've been on this show. We're not a soundbite. We're not trying to stir the pot.
Yeah.
We're going to at some point in a fun way, way. But do you see that, then you hear Kentucky, 22 million. Do you feel like with NIL and just all the pressures that come through, do you see kind of how SEC football is going to spill over to SEC basketball, like the demands for success?
Yeah, the only thing I would say, because I'm not even going to talk about football. Like I'm sticking my with basketball.
College basketball. I know.
The thing I would say in terms of like being able to sustain the success is to be able to retain the guys that have eligibility that you want to have come back into your program. Keep those guys and also add, through high school and or the portal, in the middle part or the back end of your roster, to just, be able to constantly, keep those guys in the program, that you want to build with and build around. Mm-hmm. And us winning it last year, we were able to bring back 7 guys that played 2 years ago when we lost to Colorado in the first round of the tournament.
Yep.
And those guys were Walter Clayton, Will Richard, Micah Hanlockton, Alex Condon, Thomas Houck. And then we go in the portal, and then we add Elijah Martin and Ruben Chinyelu to fortify our group. That's how I think, the new way of being able to do things is, even if you are retaining guys that have been in your program 1 year or 2 years, it's still important, to have that retention.
Yeah, retention is huge. I mean, like Carlin said, like you see the guys that they return. I mean, those guys were the ultimate leaders of the SEC last year. Like played hard every night. Like you didn't find them take a night off. And that obviously started probably in the preseason too. They were working their butts off, and they've been through it. And I think for us, retaining 3 quality guys that were leaders for us last year with Tyler Tanner, Tyler Nickel, and Devin McLaughlin. Huge nucleus of guys that understand what's going on. And like obviously coming in the first year, we had only had 1 player that ever played for us, so that was tough. Just getting acclimated. You know. So I mean, retention is the key.
Yeah, but I feel like that is the key, right? Because then you don't have to build culture and identity every 6 to 9 months, you know.
Right.
So I mean, that's huge. But how do you retain players? Because I mean, let's be honest, you lost a good player to Kentucky, if I remember correctly, right, Carlin?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and then obviously you brought in some good players. So like you brought in Boogie Fland from Arkansas. You know, we have Big Mo Dioubate, you know, coming up after you guys went from Alabama, a Final Four and an Elite Eight, to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys going to do differently to maybe, you know, this upcoming year to try to keep more players to stay with you at home?
Well, no X will answer this. I think X would probably agree with me on this. You know, you only have but so much, you know, NIL that you can give.
Yep.
You know, and the great part about it is that you can, you know, retain the ones that you want. You should be able to. Like, we even had a couple guys that went and declared in the draft and decided to come back, and we were able to take care of them through NIL. Now, again, that only goes but so far. So unfortunately, we lost, you know, one of our guys to you know, another school that we weren't able to, you know, come up financially and meet, you know, in the middle. That would have been a fair number for both sides in terms of what we felt. So that's the tricky part. You know, sometimes you're gonna, you know, go through to a point where you're gonna, you know, be able to, you know, do it, you know, retain, and then there's going to be other situations where you just don't have enough to be able to do so. So
I think that's the reality of it. you're going to potentially lose some guys, but obviously, you know, you want to retain guys, and then it goes also, you know, recruiting throughout the year too. Like, when these guys are with you, every day is recruiting. You know, you want to make those guys feel like, hey, this is home. And to college sport, you know, you may have some guys who take a little less than they would in the open market.
Yep. Well, but also too, coaches, and you guys know this. I mean, you're leaders of men and stuff like that, and you're good figures. The grass is not always greener. You know, we keep talking about all these guys that have been successful, especially coming up from a mid-major. I mean, Walter Clayton is a perfect example. I mean, I know you had players too. You know, Jason Edwards from North Texas. You know, now he's at Providence. Is he going to have the same level of success at Providence? You know, we don't know. Denzel Aberdeen, we don't know. But we need to start, and one of our jobs this year is kind of shed light of that, you know, for every one or two, like the Chaz Laniers, there's multiple players that you just never hear about. And that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, you know, another thing too sometimes is like that might be the most money that some of these guys ever make in their life.
Yes.
So, you know, who are we to, you know, say like, hey, that's a really bad decision. But if you can like double, triple, you know, your number, then, you know, again, and you can take care of some things. Now, I think all of us on this call probably understand, like, there's long-term money and then there's short-term money.
Yep.
You know, so what's important?
I've been telling that to my wife for 20 years, man. It hasn't worked, Carly.
But mine stuck with me for a long time, and we finally are doing all right now. So, but it took a long time.
Hey, we're all in the same boat. We're going on year 30 this year.
Yeah, right, exactly. You start reaping the benefits
like
after a while.
Xavier looks like he's like 28 years old.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, but you know what, the thing that drives me nuts with all this NIL is no one talks about the taxes and how much the agents are taking, because everybody thinks these guys are getting all this money. Why don't we less it by 50%? Because I've heard some agents taking up to 30%.
Yeah. I ain't got no comment on that one.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, welcome to the Full Court Network. Carlin's got no comment. So, all right, let's change the subject here. Let's have some fun, okay? Because we like to have some fun. We're getting kind of doom and gloom now about NIL and what have you. Who would you say between the two of you, and Xavier, no one's going to watch us, no one's going to listen to this. We have no presence on social media, so you can feel free. Feel free. Okay.
Careful.
All right. Between the two of you, who would you say has the most craziest fan base in the SEC?
You talking about between Vanderbilt and Florida?
No,
or just
in the SEC. Let's piss off some other fan bases.
Wow. All right. I would probably venture to say one of the toughest places, in my opinion, to play in the SEC outside of our own is Auburn.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I haven't been there yet. I go there this year.
Oh, you guys didn't go? Okay. You'll see what I'm saying.
I heard it's pretty tough. And then
it's 9,000 seats, and literally, like, the way the arena is built and configured, it's literally like they are right on top of you.
Yeah.
Like it's deafening, especially when they got it going. I think Auburn is probably one of the toughest. I would say next after that, Missouri.
I was gonna say, what do you think about Missouri, Carlin? That was man.
Yeah, they do a good job up there. They do a really good job up there. It's kind of like a quiet, like hard place to play.
Yeah, it was really tough when we played them there.
Yeah, and then the third one obviously is Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's tough.
Why? Because you have to walk more steps to go to, there's like more space between the behind the baskets and stuff.
It's a challenging place to coach because of that, number one. And number two, the theater seating, and it's just like the way it's all configured, and X can tell you all of it. It's literally like you're in a theater, and it's loud and it's deafening. So it's challenging. Yeah. So
I've been hearing the stories of how it's a home court advantage, and then when I obviously started coaching, and like, wow, Memorial, it is magical. And then it is different because you're used to sitting next to your staff, but now the head coach is down the other end, and you're looking back, your staff's on the baseline. Like it kind of throws you off if you're not used to it.
Yeah. Okay. So
X is going with Vanderbilt.
All right, so you got Auburn, Missouri, which actually Coach Byington said about Missouri too.
Missouri was different. Florida, of course, was a loud place too. Man, Alabama was loud.
Yeah.
Now, you guys ever play us on a Saturday in the O Dome? Like that's magical. I'm telling you, like
really
crazy. Now we still will pack it during the week, but on a Saturday, oh man, those kids are incredible. What'd you say, LT?
What about Kentucky?
Go ahead, X.
Kentucky, well, hey, they got loud on us when they took the lead, so it was loud in there for sure.
Yeah,
but I'd been there when I coached at Mount St. Mary, so I was kind of familiar with it. It's the way it looks when you come in. It's just a lot of blue. I thought Tennessee was they were pretty good up until they were quiet, and then they took the lead in the second half, and they got loud in there.
Yeah,
I would agree with X just because like Kentucky and Tennessee, their arenas are so big. Now you feel it, of course, when they go on a run, but it's just those smaller places that that are right up. That's why I say Auburn is really challenging.
Yeah,
and I don't know what Texas is like with that new arena.
I've been to it. It's nice. It's pretty big though.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. That's time to move to the next question. Okay. If I was to hang out with any coaching staff in the SEC, which coaching staff would be the funniest?
Funniest staff.
From head coach to assistants.
Okay, hold on. Yeah,
Carlin knows everyone in the league, so
yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm looking at the teams in the league right now. Okay, I don't know the A&M guys. They're new.
They're new, yeah.
Sean Miller, he's very intense. Mississippi State, Jans. No, I don't think Pope. I know Pope. He's not a funny guy. He's just kind of, and I like him. I can say this because I know him. He's dorky, but a fun-loving dorky. The funniest, though, God dang, I don't know, Luke. Maybe, what? Rick Barnes, Tennessee.
Really?
Rick.
Yeah, that would be the funniest staff to hang out with in the SEC.
I mean, like he's gonna have a lot of stories. He's gonna, joke around quite a bit. Especially when he's, outside of the basketball court. Okay. Rod Clark was a pretty funny dude, but he's at Indiana now. So
yeah.
No,
Coach Cal and those guys.
The OGs over there. Huh? Yeah.
No, Chuck.
Wow. No.
Chuck is funny. Let's go.
That's my guy.
Okay. So would you still stick with Tennessee, or would you go with Arkansas for the funniest staff?
I mean, when you talk about you add the assistants in there, I'd probably say X is right. Yeah, I'd say.
Arkansas. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay. So, how many teams this year will make the NCAA tournament from the SEC?
Go ahead, X.
We're going 14 again.
You safe with that one, Carlin?
No, I'm gonna just do something different and say 13. Still a lot, though.
One less.
Who are the three not getting in then?
Nah, Luke. No.
All right. So, who would you guys say are some of the under the radar players this year for the SEC? I mean, you guys recruit a lot. You know all these guys. Who are some players from different teams or your own teams that are going to surprise some people?
Tyler Nichols.
I'll say underrated.
Under the radar. I don't want to say underrated. Under the radar. Guys that are, I mean, like, for instance, you looked last year, Chaz Lanier. You didn't really know what to expect from UNF. Who are some guys coming? I mean, Xavier Lee could be one of them. I mean, it could be someone on your bench, Carlin, that didn't maybe play as much, that's taking that next step this summer. But who do you think in the league's going to be kind of just surprise some people?
I think Florida did a great job. Obviously, it's hard to replace three pros in the backcourt, but with the guys they got coming in, those guys are really good too. So,
yeah, I'd say Tyler Nichols, Vanderbilt. Yeah. I think that's one that I mean, he's a hard cover. I mean, he's just really, really good, and he's a tough cover, and he moves well and he shoots it at a high level. I would say, how about Santos Ciro from Georgia? I think he may be in for a big year.
The kids that I liked in the past, coming from a mid-major, I think Xavier Brown in Oklahoma, point guard, could be he's really good from St. Joe's.
That's good. You would know him a lot better than me. Yeah,
he's good. He's really good. So I mean, hopefully he doesn't play well against us, but I think he's a guy that's going to do well.
You hope he plays well against Florida, though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
All right, so we got a couple players. All right, last question I got for you guys, okay? If there was a movie, okay, about the SEC, all the coaches and players and what have you, okay? Carlin, you know this one. It's a 3-part. If Hollywood made a movie about the SEC basketball, okay, what would the name be, and what would be the soundtrack for this movie?
You always come up with some stuff, man. What? Hit me with that again.
Okay. So if Hollywood decided to do a movie about the SEC basketball conference, okay, what would the title be, and what would be the theme song?
The title of the movie. Title of the movie.
No Rest.
You said we say No Rest?
No Rest.
Yeah.
Bring it every day.
Yeah. Dominant Days, right? I mean, like all these teams are gonna just Insomnia. How about that? I got a name for it. Insomnia.
Okay.
You ain't gonna sleep. You're not sleeping on anybody on this league.
All right, give me the song.
Lord, you do this to me every time.
Why do you keep coming back then?
What do you got, Egg?
You listen to a lot of music?
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let you think of that soundtrack.
All right. What would be the song be? All right. God dang it.
Man, we need some Rocky in it.
Yeah.
I'm
going through my playlist here. So let's see. You got Fabulous, You Be Killing Them. That's one.
I like that one. Fabulous, You Be Killing Them.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can't go with No Heart because everybody on our team got a heart. That'll be 21 Savage. So we're not going to do that one. Everybody goes hard just a little bit. Nah. I don't know, Luke. I ain't got one for it.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
I ain't got one.
Well, I mean, we got the Rocky soundtrack. That might be pretty good. You know, I'm
like
sure
the title of the movie?
I like The Fabulous. I think that's a good one.
You think so?
Don't you?
Maybe not bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do X Gonna Give It to You, because it's like every night somebody's going to give something to you.
That's
You
funny.
like that
So
one? You like that one?
Hey. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. How about this one? X, you might know this one. Oh, I know you know this one. The Show, Dougie's Fresh.
Yeah.
Dougie Fresh.
I remember that. I haven't heard that in a minute.
Every night in the league is a show.
Yeah.
Every night.
You got that right. You got that right.
Said X gonna give it to you. So the players they got a little running joke with me, man. Before every practice, they're playing that song.
Yeah, I know.
They play the show.
No,
they play X Gonna Give It to You.
X Gonna give it to you. Oh yeah. They should play that for you. Yeah.
They tease me every day with it.
There you go. All right, last question. One word to describe the SEC basketball conference.
Ferocious.
Rigorous.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, we really appreciate it, guys. We really do. The SEC is going to be nasty again. One says 13, one says 14. No one would tell me who they're keeping off the list, who's on the naughty list. But we can always – and you know what? The sad thing is you could give me 3, and all those 3 could make it, and 3 can't. So let's not even guess.
How about this? How about Vanderbilt and Florida are going to be in that 13 or 14?
Come on.
Okay. No pressure. We got we know the head of the NCAA tournament selection committee. He has been on the show before, so you guys better be nice to me. But we really appreciate, guys. 2 great coaches, 2 great teams. It's going to be exciting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're going to go talk to Big Mo Money Dioubate from the Kentucky Wildcats on the College Basketball Weekly Big SEC show. All right, we got the guy simply known as Moski, Mo Money. I got a new nickname for this guy, Big Mo Money. We got what's that? You like any of those?
Yeah, I like the last one you said.
Yeah, Big Mo Money. Mo Money. We got Mohamed Dioubate from the University of Kentucky Wildcats. Join us on the big SEC show. All right, Big Mo Money. Last 2 years, I saw you in person against Robert Morris. You had a really good game, 18 points, 10 rebounds. You're now at Kentucky. You obviously know a little bit about the SEC. Do you think with the way college basketball is going, you will be able to play for every SEC team before 35 years old?
No, I don't think I'll be going down that route. I know I see now like a lot of college players, they giving them extra years and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself going down that route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 49 years old, and I swear to God, I have at least 3 years of eligibility. But everybody wants a 49-year-old, 6'2.5", shrinking and overweight. But so, tell me a little bit about the SEC. I mean, you obviously know it. You've played in it for 2 years. You're going into your 3rd year with Kentucky. 2 very good programs, 2 very good coaches. Tell us, like, from a player standpoint, what the SEC is.
The SEC is the best conference, the best college league in the world. You know what I'm saying? I think it's probably the 2nd best league to the NBA. SEC has the most talent in the country. The best young guys come from the SEC. It's the most competitive conference, the most physical conference in the country. And I think, the way the SEC is going right now, we're producing the best players, the best talent right now. Last year, we set the record for having the most teams in the NCAA tournament with 14. That's the most ever. But yeah, every night in the SEC, it's a fight. Like every team has a guy that could go off. No matter the rankings or none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a high expectation to play in the SEC every night.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So what would you rank your 3 toughest places to play in the SEC?
The 3 toughest places I done played in the SEC so far is I'm gonna go with Tennessee as one of them.
Ooh.
Auburn.
Ooh.
And Tennessee, Auburn, and probably say Arkansas.
Okay. You didn't say Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh, that I played. Oh, that's right. I'm with Kentucky now. I didn't count that. I can't count that. I'm with Kentucky now. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Kentucky, but Kentucky is definitely, it was one of those ones, that was tough to play in last year. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that's my team now. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess why I guess would you transfer in the SEC? Okay, you went to an Elite Eight. You're at the Final Four. I was at the Final Four, and then I was at your first 2-round games in Cleveland. Why the transfer? And I guess why the transfer to Kentucky?
I just felt like it got to a point in my career, where I feel like I was ready for the next step, and and I know the ultimate goal where I want to end up, and I just felt like they had the right plan for me. Coach Pope, I talked to him, right after I hit the portal, talked to some of the coaching staff, and they just had a good plan for me. And I played them throughout the year, so I seen like some of the stuff that they were lacking as a team, and I felt like I would be a good fit for the program.
Yeah. Okay. One word to describe Kentucky fans.
They're passionate.
Okay. Would you say would that be the same one word you'd use for SEC basketball fans in general?
Yeah. I could use that word for SEC, but with Kentucky specifically is passionate. The fans are passionate.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a form of crazy, right?
Yeah. Crazy that's a form of love as well. So
yeah.
Yeah.
First time you walked into Rupp Arena, I mean, it was probably pretty magical. You look at all the banners. I mean, all the guys in the league. I mean, John Wall just retired. I mean, it's a laundry list of players. I mean, what was that kind of initial feeling when you first walked into Rupp Arena, knowing that you were at Kentucky playing for Kentucky?
Oh man, that feeling was crazy. Like, I'm still waiting for it to kick in at the first game that I played there. But just from like the moment I committed, like I just had a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, wow, I'm really at Kentucky now. It's always been my dream school. It's always been a school that I watched as a kid. So I had goosebumps, around the time I committed.
Yeah. Okay. 2 more questions for you. This one's a double part question. All right. How good can Kentucky be this year? Okay. How good can you guys be? And how good is the SEC going to be after last year's magnificent, powerful run of 14 teams in the NCAA tournament and ultimately having the national champion in Florida? So how good is Kentucky? How good can Kentucky be this year? And how good is the conference going to be as a whole this year?
I think we're a top 5 team already. Like I think we have the talent to win a national championship. We have all the tools that we need on offense and defense. So I think we're like a national champion contender team.
Okay.
We just have to keep buying in, staying locked in. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the SEC, I think the SEC will be the best league this year again. And I think I don't know if this year they're probably gonna change the rules up, because so many teams made it last year in the tournament from the SEC.
Come on, don't lie. You think 16 are going to get in?
Man, if that happens, man, they gonna, I'm telling you, they're gonna try to change some rules with it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna look too fake. It looks too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think the SEC is gonna be one of the best teams. Like, and I think a team from the SEC is gonna win the national championship this year. Okay. So, yeah.
I like that. All right. So another last question. Okay. So I want to do a comparison between Coach Oats and Coach Pope, just because you've been with both of them for some time now. Okay. Between Coach Pope and Coach Oats, Who do you think had the higher GPA in college? And I don't know this. We're just going to guesstimate.
I'll probably have to go with Coach Oats because he was a math teacher. You know, he did teach math as a high school teacher. So I'm gonna have to go with him on that. You know, and just because he was a math teacher, he was a teacher. So you know, he's more into school.
Okay. So if they were to race right now, Coach Oats and Coach Pope, who would win the race?
Pope looked like he could still move. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty well in practice.
Yeah.
So,
Does he ever bang with you in practice yet?
He tries to. He just be like messing around. Oh, look what I do to Dioubate. Why can't y'all do it? No, but you know he never actually really banged. But you know he just he just be messing around sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the tiebreaker. Who would you say is the better dancer, Coach Oats or Coach Pope?
Coach Pope. I see Coach Pope dance. I see him dance all the time. You know, he's just a energetic guy that is family oriented. You know, he likes to dance and do stuff like that. So I'll go with Coach Pope.
Yep. Okay. And last question, part of this, the song that best describes Coach Pope.
Songs that best describes Coach Pope. Okay. Let me take the time. It's definitely gonna have to be like a positive, like Taylor Swift song. I'm trying to think though. Oh man.
I mean, he has all those daughters, correct? So I mean, he probably loves.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So it's probably got to be a positive Taylor Swift song. I can't think one of them on the top of my head, but it definitely could be that.
Okay. Well, Coach Mo, Big Mo Money, you're going to stick on with us for one more second as we upload. Hey, that was a great snippet into kind of what the SEC looks like as a player, just in past and current and future. And we thank Big Money Mo or Mo Dioubate to join us on the Full Court Network College Basketball Weekly. Big SEC show, and we're going to continue with. All I got is one word. Wow. That was awesome. We really appreciate Florida Coach Carlin Hartman and Vanderbilt Xavier Joyner joining us for the first section. Then we slide over to Big Money Mo Dioubate from Kentucky Wildcats. Got some really good insight, really good stories. Some of the funny things I thought, or some interesting things I thought, is how many teams they think are going to make the NCAA tournament. Last year, 14 out of 16 SEC teams went dancing. LSU and University of South Carolina did not get invites to the dance. Can they get there? It'll be interesting. Are they going to be part of the 12, 13, or 14 that are going to get in this year's March Madness? Some interesting storylines. 14 out of 16 teams made it last year, as we talked about. 7 out of the Sweet 16 came from the SEC. 5 out of the 8 in the Elite 8. 2 Final Four teams. Obviously, the eventual winner was the Florida Gators, beating the Houston Cougars. Can Florida repeat? I think they've reloaded. They lost a ton. But Coach Golden and Coach Hartman and the rest of the staff are going to get it done at Florida. So some interesting storylines. Oh, we got to go to this too. Funniest coaching staff. I would have never thought Tennessee. No way in hell. Arkansas, yeah, I can see that. Calipari and the OGs. But it's funny, we've got to know a lot of coaches at all Division I basketball on all levels. You meet them off the court. They're just funny and hilarious. We've had some good times. So maybe Tennessee could be one of the funniest. Toughest place to play in the SEC from 2 coaches. And then also from Big Mo. Kind of surprised with Missouri. Vanderbilt too. But tough, just the way the theater arena, and then Auburn. I mean, they're right on top of you and stuff like that. What is going to be the first year of the Stephen Pearl era at Auburn? How's that going to go? Got some new coaches coming into the mix. Texas A&M and Texas have new coaches. Buckyball and Coach Miller come in. How are they going to fare first year? What about Old Miss and Mississippi State? They just don't get a lot of love, and we love them. We've had both Coach Beard and Coach Jans on the show. Watch out for Mississippi. Coach Oats is just getting it done, just quietly, and just keeps building. Lost some players, brought in some players, returned some players. So that'll be interesting. But a lot of good stuff. I love the Coach Pope, Coach Oats little competition with Big Mo Money, talking about that. Also, too, just a lot of good stuff. We're really excited. It's going to be another great year in the SEC. A couple just notes, or I guess housekeeping things to take care of. Tuesday, we got College Basketball Weekly. Every Tuesday, we'll come out with College Basketball Weekly. We're going to talk about the first day games, some of our favorite first day games. Thursday is usual, the Full Court Press at College Basketball Coaches Show, where we interview a current head coach or assistant or associate head coach at the Division I, Division II levels. That's going to kind of just, you got to subscribe, whether it's here on YouTube, pound the subscribe button, or on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, where you listen to the show. Just because, there's going to be some inconsistencies. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I just went for a nice long walk in the crisp Northeastern Ohio air. There's going to be some inconsistencies just with coaching schedules, with games and stuff like that. Might be on a Wednesday, might be on a Friday. We might miss a week, but we will try to be as consistent as possible. Don't forget to subscribe on our X. Going to give it to you, Twitter account, Full Court Net, and also on Instagram and Facebook. So that was exciting. First ever big SEC show. We thank Coach Hartman and Coach Joyner and Big Mo Money. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on another College Basketball Week on Tuesday. As we always say, from Sam and I, loving basketball, baby. Let's go.